Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to make these cute St. Patrick's Day gold nugget treat boxes with your Cricut. They are the perfect way to wrap up a sweet treat for St. Patty's Day. This project is super easy and requires just a few supplies. I'm excited to show you how to make your own. So let's go take a look at the supply list and get started. For this project you'll need some cardstock, and I used 2 shades of green, white, and a St. Patrick's Day print. You'll also need some glue, Hershey's Nuggets, ribbon or twine, and of course your Cricut, a cutting mat, and the cut file. So grab your supplies and head over to your computer. The first thing we need to do is grab the SVG file we'll be using for this project. You can get it for free on my blog at burtonavenue.com. I keep all the SVG files for the projects I make and share in my free SVG library. These files will work with all kinds of cutting machines and they're free to everyone. Once you're on my site, just go to Free SVG Files and then Free SVG Library. You will need a password to get into the library, and there are instructions on the screen if you need to get one. For this project, we're going to be using the cut file called St. Patrick's Gold Nugget Box BA2173. To find it, just use your browser search and enter 2173. Once you've found the link, go ahead and click on it, and the files will be downloaded onto your computer. Now I'm going to show you how to set up and cut this project in Cricut Design Space. If you're not sure how to unzip and import designs into Cricut Design Space, be sure to check out my step-by-step tutorial. So this is what the file will look like when you first import it onto your Canvas screen. The first thing we're going to do is resize everything so that it will work with this project. So you're going to go up and change the height to 5.13 inches. The next thing we need to do is ungroup the design so that we can work with individual pieces. You'll notice right now everything is grouped together and we can't select just one shape and work with it. So you'll want to right click and choose ungroup, and that will break apart the different pieces of the design. You'll notice on these 2 pieces there are perforation lines, and we are going to be cutting those with the regular knife blade. We do need to attach the perforation lines to the shape behind it. So you'll just select the shape and then you can click on attach. And you want to do that with both pieces. And that is really the only thing that we need to do on this Canvas screen. So we can now click on the green Make It button, and then you'll be taken to this screen. And on this screen, Cricut will divide our design into different mats that correspond with the colors in the design. So this first mat will cut out of white cardstock. This next one will cut out of a light green, and I'm just going to scoot these elements apart just a little bit so there's some space in between them. This next mat will cut out of a dark green, and this one I'm actually going to cut out of some shamrock print scrapbook paper. So if everything looks good on this screen, you can click on the green Continue button. Once Design Space finds your Cricut, you'll be taken to this screen. Make sure that your dial is set to cardstock, and then as I mentioned earlier, we're just going to be using the regular fine point blade in Clamp B. So now we can go over and load a cutting mat. So you're going to place a piece of white cardstock on your cutting mat and smooth it down. Load it into your Cricut by pressing the up and down arrow button. When your Cricut is ready to cut, you'll see the C button light up. Press that and the machine will begin cutting. When everything has been cut, you can press the up and down arrow button again to unload your mat. Remove the cardstock from your cutting mat and place on another piece of cardstock. Load that into your Cricut and repeat all the steps until everything has been cut. You can check the Cricut Design Space screen to see which color should be loaded next. Gather all the pieces for your treat box. You should have the pieces for the tray, the cover, 2 rectangles, 2 circles, and a shamrock. Start by gluing the shamrock onto the smaller circle. Then glue that circle onto the larger circle. Make sure that everything is centered and the holes in the circles line up. Next, glue the smaller rectangle onto the larger rectangle. Then glue those rectangles onto the cover between the larger section of perforation lines. Once again, make sure everything is centered. Let the glue dry for a few minutes and then fold along all the perforation lines of the cover. You'll notice that one of the end tabs is smaller than the other. Fold that tab down and put some glue on it. Then fold the cover section in half to glue the tab to the side piece. Once it's dry, you can fold it open to create the cover piece. Next, let's work on the tray. Fold along all the perforation lines. Add some glue to one of the tab pieces. Bring the two ends of the tray together and glue the tab to the inside of the long piece of the box. Repeat with the other 3 tabs until you've formed your tray. Add 4 Hershey's nuggets to the tray. Then slide the cover over the top of the tray. Next, thread some ribbon or twine through the hole of the circle. Wrap the ribbon around the box a few times and tie it in a bow. Trim off the excess on the ends and this project is finished. And didn't it turn out so cute? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so you'll get notified each time I post something new.